Hello everybody, this is a tricky video to make. I was very unsure as to whether or not I should make it, but this question has weirdly come up for me twice this week, and I also saw it randomly online today as well while I was doing a bit of Googling around. The question is, what does God say about tarot? It's a very contentious question, and it is not my intention to be deliberately contentious here. I do have a kind of duty of care in this instance, because why should I not answer the question? Why should I not? Because what I read when I clicked on the question was this: God has warned the people against such people and practices, calling them an abomination, and commanded them not to partake in such things. Tarot reading is in effect witchcraft, and as a sin it rejects the word of the Lord. Now I got to tell you that this doesn't work for me at all, and everybody has a right to what they believe, but the trouble is that it's factually wrong. So tarot is not in effect witchcraft. I mean, it's just factually not witchcraft. You know, there are all kinds of spiritual practices where we speak to the energetic world, and you know, where we obviously, in some extreme cases, there are some Christian practices that don't even like meditation and all of that, because going within is seen as, we're not really talking about that, are we? We're not going to go too far down that rabbit hole. But I do want to answer this thing of tarot and witchcraft, because it is a little bit of a personal hobby horse of mine. Now, let's just be clear about the idea of modern day witchcraft. Wicca is a registered religion. It is seen as a belief system and a practice in its own right. I'm not Wiccan. I'm not a witch. I make no opinion about it one way or the other. There are crossovers. We all work in the energetic realm, and what we're trying to do is make a difference. And modern day witchcraft is about making a difference and working with natural energies and trying to change things in a positive way. Now, obviously, I presume there are those who do the opposite, who try and change things in accordance to will and desire in a way that is not okay and not in accordance with positivity. One of the issues I have with tarot being bound up with witchcraft in such a profound way, which it perhaps has become, is that I think it down-reses tarot. Tarot is not a bolt-on to any other belief system. It can be used as a tool in any energetic practice, but it is not witchcraft in and of itself. That's not what it's for. Okay, tarot is a language and a communication, and we use it as such. It also provides us with an incredible standalone system where it gives us a map. It gives us a guidance system of how to live a happy, empowered, and abundant life. It is a belief system and a spiritual path all of its own, but it is not witchcraft. Let's be really honest about that. I believe that truly. So here's what I decided to do, because one of the things we're doing when we're consulting tarot is we're having a conversation, okay? And we're having a conversation with the energetic world, and it's important that we put our intention on who we're having that conversation with. Now, it can be our higher self, it can be our team of guides. When I come for a reading, I'm communicating directly through a team of energetic guides, one in particular, who shows up for me with very white light energy, unbelievably beautiful, always incredibly positive. I'm a grown-up, I know the difference, okay? I would never slavishly follow any reading that I was not convinced was for somebody's best good, happiness, and the elevation of their life experience. So I thought, well, okay, if we can set our intention to speaking to the energetic world, why can't I have a conversation with the big cheese themselves? I'm not going to say him, because I don't believe it is him. I think it's, for me, it's kind of great spirit. It's the universal consciousness that runs through everything. It is all energy. God is all energy and incredibly powerful, and everything we speak to is a part of that energy. We are a part of that energy. We are all part of divine, and everything in us is part of divine. My personal belief system, that's, I believe, what tarot has shown me over the years I've been reading. So I thought, well, okay, why can't I have a chat and get some guidance on this? There's nothing wrong with that, surely. I'm going to be very honest with what comes back, but I thought I'd do a little reading for you and just ask the question and just see what comes back out of it. The first thing I did, so I shuffled and I tuned in and I said, I would really like to get the guidance of God on the following questions, please. And I said, what is your message for me in answer to that request? And what came back was really beautiful. What came back was the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is love. The Ace of Cups is the foundation of all love and happiness. And when used in that way, it's of the heart. It is heartfelt. It is the inception of love. You couldn't have a better way to start the reading, could you? It's beautiful. Okay, so I said thank you. And then I said, can I get your guidance around the use of tarot? And the next card that came up was the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is the counselor. The King of Cups asks us to take responsibility in our lives and to understand ourselves better. The king is the master of the emotional realm. The king changes things and has an effect on his environment. And it's a way of understanding our own emotional state and our own what's fueling us, what our motivation is, how we really feel. But ultimately it's saying, take responsibility, be emotionally mature. So your guidance around tarot is be responsible. Be responsible and use it to understand yourself better. Use it to gain more emotional maturity and more power emotionally in your life in a good way. That's really nice. That's perfect. Okay, good. And then I asked, I would like to ask God, please, what do you see as being the result of using tarot? And I got a very interesting card back. I got the Nine of Swords. Now, the Nine of Swords looks like a very scary card, doesn't it? But actually, the message of the card is that it's all in your mind. Your fear is in your mind. We need to face our fear. And we need to move beyond it. If the result of using tarot is the Nine of Swords, then it's helping us move beyond our fear to see the truth beyond. And that's what the card means. The card is telling us to look into our own mind, see the nightmares that are there, and then look beyond that to see the truth. So I asked, and this was a difficult one, what is therefore the truth? And the answer came back as the Tower. The Tower is revelation. The Tower is, look at what you've built in your life. Look at it and take down what doesn't work. The Tower is it's almost like a shock. So if we're being asked to look beyond our fear, we can see that it's a construct, because that's what the Tower is. It's a construct. And when that construct comes down, we see a whole new world, and it's not easy. But nevertheless, we get to remake and we get to move forward in a new way. That's quite tough stuff, isn't it? But hey, good stuff. So I asked, what is your position on tarot being a sin? Now that's an interesting one, isn't it? And I got the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords is very much a judge and is asking you to look at the evidence. not taking an emotional decision, not looking at belief systems, just look at the evidence. Judge everything on that. Look at the evidence and make your decision based on that. That's fine. I'm very happy for that. That's great. And then I asked, how can we tell the difference between good and evil? Because that's one of the things, isn't it? When people have a problem with tarot, they say, oh yes, but how do you know what you're talking to? How do you know if it's good or it's evil? You have to be told, right? You can't tell because evil is sneaky, right? So I said, how can we tell the difference between good and evil? And I got the Ace of Swords. Now the Ace of Swords is interesting because it says we have a problem here because it's all about the way we think. That's a very contentious point. How can we tell the difference between good and evil? It's all about the way we think. We need to change the way we think about good and evil because sometimes the way we're thinking is wrong. I'm interested in the position of tarot as being a sin. We've got the Ace of Swords, and swords is very clear and it cuts through the noise. Ace of Swords in tarot tells us that we need to use our mind differently. So we need to be very insightful and we need to think very, very clearly. And often the problem is the way we're thinking. That is telling us that the way we tell the difference between good and evil is a double-edged sword. It is really tricky because that's what swords in tarot are. They are double-edged swords. They can be used for good. They can be used for evil. We have the choice, right? Now, there are energetic practices, and I am a subscriber to those energetic practices that say how we perceive things and what we believe about things is inherent as to whether they are good or bad. If I was to go to, I don't know, Afghanistan or somewhere and walk down the streets in little mini shorts and a crop top, I'd probably be arrested. If I was to go down and walk down in the same outfit on the front at Brighton, well, there might be some raised eyebrows because it's a bit chilly. But other than that, I don't think anyone would really care. So the way we think tells us what's good or evil. So in other words, God is not saying what is a sin and what isn't. Now that is a whole other argument, and I'm not going to get into that in this video because I've got into some serious arguments with some Christians on this topic. And I have some pretty strong opinions, but I'm not going to go into them here because that's not what this video is about. This video is about what does God think about tarot. And I think God's kind of okay with it as long as we're responsible. It seems that it helps. So that's good enough for me, I think. And I like those answers because they're sensible and they make sense. And they're accurate. They're not fancy, right? And I loved that Ace of Cups at the beginning. I loved that card. That's so lovely. Of the heart. Can I talk to God and ask of the heart? Yes, you can. How lovely is that? So look, I don't wish to fall out with anybody on this, and if you disagree with me and you think all this is flat wrong, well, probably you're on the wrong channel, but that's okay. I don't want to fall out with anyone. All I want to do is to make a case for my side of it and what shows up for me with regards to the subject of God and tarot. God is not out of reach through tarot at all, at all. We can have a conversation with anyone we like. And that's a really interesting topic, which I may come back to in the future. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts, please. Do like and subscribe to the channel. I'm doing a 6-week live on YouTube, so do join me on that for the next few weeks. And if you're interested in learning tarot, I'm your woman. I have a very specific way of teaching, and if you like my approach to tarot and you want to come to me and learn more about how I teach and how I see tarot and how I see it as being real in our lives, I would love to help you with that. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week and I will see you soon. Bye bye. Hello, thank you for watching our video. If you're interested in the world of tarot and would like to explore further and would like to know how to bring tarot to life so that it makes sense in the real world, I'd like to invite you to explore the Tarot Tribe. The Tarot Tribe is my personal membership, and inside you'll find a community of tarot students just like you, lots of bite-sized mini courses, a new one every month, and new spreads, demo videos, a clinic with me every month, and also discounts on readings with me once a quarter. So if you'd like to explore that, I would love to see you on the inside. Here's the link. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye for now.